Yes, so beautiful people, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing beautifully well today. Yes, so in fact, you guys should know that you guys are my real MVVs, right? I love you guys so much. Now the G is reaching us, my people. If you have been following the G's, if you have been following the trend, in fact, they said that that boy that was, that Kabiyesi just blessed, with the who the gods has chosen to be to work with Tadenikawo and to also be like the mouthpiece of the gods. Okay, they said this boy right now has come up with different actions. Hey, hey, almost like immediately this boy started seeing things because obviously you know that they said this boy has been having different series of nightmares, series of dreams that he even himself cannot, could not even explain. And the mother has to take him to Kabiyesi. And when they consulted, they now find out that this guy has a calling. This guy has been chosen by the ancestors, by the gods, to be their mouthpiece, and also to be the one who will work with Tadenikawo to bless the palace and the entire land of the Oduduwa, like a very big office. So now with the new office that this guy has, that is occupied right now, they said this boy has come up with, in fact, when he was with Kabiyesi and Kabiyesi was giving him a blessing, the royal blessing and ordination and everything, they said that was when it's like something, you know how these people behave. In fact, they said this boy's own is totally different from other Ifas, Ifa priests and priestesses. Yes, the reason is that they said this boy, like it's acting as if he's a prophet at the same time, an Ifa priest. Why his own is different is that he works in both offices, right? This Ifa priest, they work with their okpeles. They pour divination, they do things for them to hear from the gods. But in the case of this boy, they say his own is in dimensions, right? They said this boy's own is in dimension that, he could just be here and he will start telling you things, mysteries that will, amaze you. And he could just be in his dream and he will start hearing things, seeing things. They will practically hold his hand, show him mysteries, like heavy things that no one has ever known or heard about. You're welcome back again to my channel. Nice meeting you here once again. It is my pleasure to have you here. If you have been watching, you have not subscribed, subscription is free. All you need to do is just to tap on that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, so whenever I drop my videos, you get notified. Share so others will learn one or two. And also don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Don't forget as well that, all these are all alleged speculated stories, right? They are not for signed information, right? So right now, my correct people, they said, in fact, a whole lot is really happening in the palace. Like with this boy's new revelations and new level of operation has really wow everybody. Like this boy has come up with, a new level that is making everybody to see like things are changing, times are changing, that they have never ever seen this kind of operation before. Of course, they said in the past there are people like that, but these days you only see people who believe in the Ifas that you will meet. They will definitely say let them consult, but in the case of this boy, he does not need the okpele before he could tell you things. He doesn't need the okpele before he could just reveal things to you, and he will tell you deep things. Like this now in the palace, they said everybody is just looking up to this boy, the Ifa priests and the Ifa priestesses, like all of them. Like everybody's like, what a dimension is this? What is happening? That the gods are practically showing them different form of operation. Okay, that the gods are trying to tell them that look, we are in dimension. We can actually operate the way we want, because with the emergence of this boy now, it's like, is a new era, a new dawn for the old doers, according to what we heard allegedly. So now, when this boy came to the palace, they were just there, and of course, he was there to receive the royal blessing and the royal confirmation and ordination. And all of a sudden, when the ceremony was ongoing, they said this boy stood up, and of course, immediately he stood up. The way and manner he stood up, you will know that this is beyond the ordinary, okay? And everywhere was so calm, everywhere was quiet. Immediately there was, silence everywhere in the Kabiesi's chamber, and this boy started talking. They said his voice was as if, they were hearing different voice speaking through him. Like this boy started speaking mysteries. And the one that surprises there was when he started talking about Queen Naomi. When he started mentioning Queen Naomi, like everybody were like, hey, Queen Naomi everywhere. What is happening? Like, what is going on? Who are the people expressing this kind of surprise and saying what is going on? Of course, the ayabas, okay, the wives, they are like, hello, kilo shele, nibi by kilo day. Why is it that it's Queen Naomi everywhere? Now you have come up again. It's Queen Naomi again. Is it that Queen Naomi is doing something that is like doing something to make these people to start mentioning her name everywhere? What is happening? Now they said, this way went further to like say that, look, Queen Naomi has to be invited, that Queen Naomi has to be here, that when Queen Naomi comes, there are things that he will tell Queen Naomi. But first of all, that he wants Queen Naomi to come, and that Kabiesi will lay his hands on Queen Naomi and bless Queen Naomi, that there is something he needs to do for Queen Naomi, that there's a blessing he needs to release on Queen Naomi. That ever since Queen Naomi left, he has never given Queen Naomi that blessing that he used to give Queen Naomi when Queen Naomi was in the palace. If we all could actually remember and know that, yes, the way this story is going, it looks as if, yes, there's actually this connection between Queen Naomi and Kabiesi that looks not just the ordinary, but look beyond the ordinary. We will know that when Queen Naomi was in the palace, she's during maybe celebration or stuff like that, Kabiesi used to lay hands on Queen Naomi's head and bless her. And ever since Queen Naomi left, they said that thing has not happened again. It has never been, it has never happened again. And now they said, Queen Naomi has to be sent for, and Kabiesi has to lay hands again on Queen Naomi by blessing Queen Naomi. If we remember very well, and if we know the tradition very well, we know that Kabiesi is the Onirisha, right? Kabiesi is the mouthpiece of the gods. Kabiesi is the mediator between the gods and the Oodua people. And because of the fact that he's their mediator, they said there is a particular prayer that he used to pray for Queen Naomi when Queen Naomi was in the palace, especially during her birthdays and stuff like that. But since Queen Naomi left, Queen Naomi has not been receiving those prayers, and that Queen Naomi need to come and kneel before Kabiesi, and Kabiesi to genuinely again release those prayers on Queen Naomi, because obviously Queen Naomi has been doing her part by praying for Kabiesi, even despite the fact that she's not in the palace. She has been praying for Kabiesi, praying for his well-being, praying for wisdom, praying for so many good things to happen in the life of Kabiesi, okay? And now they want Kabiesi to lay hands on Queen Naomi. And this is the new revelation that this boy has just been released. And of course, they said everybody in the palace, even including the entire Ile-Ife, according to what we heard, allegedly, that there is a serious reaction. Like, people are reacting in different forms. Some are saying that, what is this? Must Queen Naomi be tied to Kabiesi? Some are saying that it is good because obviously it shows that Queen Naomi is really, tied to the throne of Oduduwa. And some, of course, are also saying that this can be happening, that Queen Naomi is like she's behind doing some kind of manipulative work, behind the scene that people are not saying, that Queen Naomi needs to be investigated. Queen Naomi needs to be, needs to be checked. Because how come everybody will come, Queen Naomi this, Queen Naomi that? Kilo de, kilo shele. Is Queen Naomi the only queen here? Is she the only one that carries glory? Like, the matter is just like a whole lot of gbasgbos in the palace as we speak. My people, like this, they say this boy don't talk. Oh. He said Queen Naomi neither go wait for like this before he will release the rest revelation that was given to him. And now what is the revelation? He said this boy say he will not say until Queen Naomi comes and kneels before Kabisi, and Kabisi will release blessing on her. Otherwise, he will not reveal the rest part, because Queen Naomi's destiny is actually tied to the throne of the Oduduwa. My correct people. Now so I hear am. Now so I take still tell una say, now wetin I hear be this. So let us keep our fingers crossed and see if Queen Naomi will come. And also some people are even saying that will Kabiyesi accept that? Will Kabiyesi actually release the blessing? And some people are saying that yes, so Kabiyesi wholeheartedly agreed to bless Queen Naomi, because obviously Kabiyesi has forgiven Queen Naomi long time ago. And of course, they both have forgotten about, all these things that has happened between them. Even though, of course, as human being, you will also still reflect on those days, on those times, okay? But the reflection now is not to get angry, but just to reflect and, forget about it and learn the lessons, and everybody moved on. So now, they are asking if Kabiyesi will agree, but some persons have said Kabiyesi has no problem with that, and they said Queen Naomi has been sent for. My correct people, this is what I came across on the streets of social media, and I said I must come and relate with my people. To my returning and my new subscriber, I say God bless you, appreciate you. You are in the right place. Just keep your fingers crossed while I bring you the interesting and intriguing stories from the palace of the Oduduwa, allegedly. Thank you so much. Like on your way again. Bye for now.